told you about, the rider clings to 2,000 pounds of bull. He must keep one hand free and ride for 8 seconds. He's not required to move his feet in this event. You'll notice now, Big Benny Reynolds pulls his rope for him, places it into his hand. This is Del Hathaway of Snyder, Texas, who has a score of 332 on 2 bulls. He's in 8th place now as we go into the finals. He's drawn number 61 of the Andy Arregui string. All right, it looks like things weren't quite ready for Del. Benny pulls his rope for him again. Del takes a good firm grip on that tight pull on the rope, brings it around behind his hand. He'll take another good tight hold on it and hope it'll hold this time. Pushes his fingers down against the rope tight. There's a little rosin on there that helps him with the hold. He's about ready now. He gives the nod. He says, let's have him, and here he is. Notice he goes into a spin right here, and a spinning bull is a rough one to ride. Stay right in there, Del. Don't lose him, cowboy. The horn, he made it all the way. And he did a beautiful job of stepping off. Here's the score from the judges, 176, giving him a total of 508. Well, here's Don Kimball of Denver, Colorado. On his first 2 bulls, he has a score of 334. He's in 7th place right now, and he's got to make a score of 175 to go to the lead. He's drawn the Coors bull called All Shook Up. He's a tough one. He's been out 10 times in 1960 and has been unridden today. 33 cowboys are entered here, and the purse totals $7,400. The high men on 2 bulls meet here in the finals, and the one who wins first will get $1,175. Don takes a good tight hold now. Here was a national finals bull at Dallas, Texas in '59. All right, he says, let's have him. Real high, he looks like a tough one. Into a tight turn, and there goes Don Kimball. Notice Sherman Crane moving in between the bull and the cowboy. Larry McKinney moves in there to keep that bull off of him should he decide to turn back and take a hold of the cowboy or trample him. Here's the score on Don Kimball. Oh, he got no score. Buck down. Here's Dave Wilson of Santa Ynez, California, with a score of 320 on 2 bulls. Slingshot is the name of the bull. He's been ridden 7 times in 7 years. That's a pretty good score for the bull. So far, no one has ridden him this year. He's the tough bull Slingshot of the Andy Arregui string. Altogether in his history, he's been out of the chutes 281 times, which means that this old bull has topped the boys' average 1 ride in 40 tries. Notice how they're helping this boy get his holt there. Won't be long now, he'll be giving the nod. Notice the different creases in the cowboy hats. All have their own system or method of creasing a hat. He leans back, pulls tight, says, let's go with him. And here he is. Around and around, he takes a short journey, and it's no score for this good cowboy. Well, he's a little disgusted, you can bet your boots on that. Here's Jim Shoulders of Henrietta, Oklahoma. 5th place now as we go to the finals. He has a score of 339 on his first 2 bulls. In order to go to the lead here, he'll have to score 170. He's got a tough one called White Spot to try here today. And White Spot has been out 15 times this year with only 1 cowboy staying aboard. You'll want to watch Shoulders. He's our present world champion bull rider. He's been 7 times the world champion in this event. He's a cowboy who holds more championships than any other cowboy in rodeo history. 16 titles in all, and his winnings to date $361,000 in 12 years as a professional bull rider. All right, here he is. Here's one of the toughest men in the business to buck down. The bull turns one way then the other, trying to lose him, but old Jim stays right in the buggy all the way. The horn, he made it, and Jim takes the hard way down. Sherman helps him up there a bit, says, you made a good ride, Jim. And here's the score, 170, which gives him a total of 509 on his 3 bulls, and this puts Jim Shoulders out in the lead here. Here's Earl Sutton of San Jose, California. On 2 bulls, he has a score of 334. He'll have to mark a good high 171 or over to go to the lead. He's got Ray Corr's bull called Droopy. Been ridden only 5 times in 3 years he's been bucking. Come on, Earl. He's a rough one. There goes Earl's hat, and they say when you lose your hat, you're going to lose your seat next. Well, it's no score for Earl Sutton. He's a little unhappy. Here's Bob Wegner of Ponca City, Oklahoma. He made the finals, even though he's bucked off one of his 2 bulls here. He's the high man on 1 bull in the day money. He's drawn the Andy Aregi bull called Brownie. Well, this boy's going to have to mark a big high one to win here today, 170. He'll have to make 177 to go to the lead. That is for the day money here today. Bob was the runner-up for the championship of the world in 2 years, 58 and 59. He's got a rough one, a high-kicking, high-jumping bull. Don't lose him, Bob. A tough little guy to shake loose. And the horn. His score today, 177. And he's feeling a little happy about that high score. Here's Ed Letourneau of Davis, California. 3rd place as we go into the finals. He's got a score of 342 on 2 bulls. He'll have to score 168 to beat Jim Shoulders here. He's got Two Tone, the name of the bull. They tell us he's a rough spinning bull we'll want to watch closely out of the chute. Watch our clowns. They know he's a spinner. They're in there close in the event he drops that cowboy in the spin. And the horn, he makes it, gets a beautiful dismount there, right on his feet. Letourneau is a college student, University of California at Davis. He's studying to be a veterinarian. He finished 5th place last year in the bull riding for the championship of the world. Here's his score, 170, giving him a total of 512. And that takes him out into the lead. Here's Harry Tompkins of Dublin, Texas, with a score of 343 on 2 bulls. He's tied for the lead. He'll have to make 170 to beat Ed Letourneau. He's got Pansy, a tough bull to ride. This bull's only been ridden once in 16 times out of the chute, and Tompkins says, let's have him. Here's the man that's mighty rough in this event. He's led all bull riders this year, and he gets off beautifully and away from the bull. Here's his score. It's 175 added to his 343, gives him a 518 total. And here is Harry Tompkins now way out there on top for the lead here. Here's Billy Reinstein of Narragansett, New Mexico. He's tied with Harry Tompkins with a score of 343 on his first 2. He'll have to beat or make 176 or better to win here today. And he's got the famous Andy Aregi bull called Blue Bell Wrangler. And out of 21 times this old bull has been out in 1960, he's only been ridden twice. He's a high jumper and a tough one to ride. Reinstein had this bull at the national finals in Dallas last winter, where the top stock from every livestock string in the rodeo business was assembled. He rode the bull at that time. Will he be able to make it here today? If he does, he'll have to score 176 or better. Notice the boys helping him here, and they're handy to have around in the event that old bull may jump a little wild in the chute. Throw him down under him or over his head. Always good to know you got somebody there. Bill takes his wraps. Oh, you can bet the tension is on him now. And here he is. A high one he is. Oh, and he turns one way, the other, and there goes Bill Reinstein out of the finals with no score. And here's our bull riding winner. He's Harry Tompkins of Dublin, Texas, with a score of 518 on his 3 bulls. In a minute, calf roping, after we hear from Linda Crosby.
Now you are the center of attention, but watch out. Perspiration stains can embarrass you at any time. Now you can protect your pretty dresses from embarrassing perspiration stains and odor. Use new Arid Cream deodorant, now fortified with Perstop. Arid Cream is more effective than any cream. Twice as effective as any roll-on tested. Here's proof. We apply a roll-on to this hand and rub Arid Cream into the other. Look, any deodorant that washes away with water will surely be washed away by perspiration. The roll-on is practically washed away. But Arid Cream stays, gives more effective, longer-lasting protection. New antiseptic Arid used daily stops perspiration stains, stops odor completely for 24 hours, gently, with no irritation to normal skin. Remember, nothing protects you like a cream, and no cream protects you like Arid. Get Arid Cream deodorant with Perstop today.
Well, here comes Dan Branco, our top calf roper here at Salinas, going into the finals. He's a nearby cowboy from Chowchilla. Dan, it looks like you're really up on top here with the big pros in rodeo. Why is it you only rodeo in the state of California? Have you ever thought of getting out and making a full-time job of it?
No, I got a farm to take care of, and I just rodeo part-time.
Rodeo and part-time. Well, how's your horse and everything looking for the big finals today?
I hope everything is all right.
You hope everything's all right. Well, good luck to you, Dan, in the finals. The livestock handling for this performance has been supervised by the American Humane Association. Calf roping is another race against time. Cowboy must give the calf a 30-foot head start, rope the animal, dismount, and throw the calf by hand. Then he crosses and ties 3 feet with that short rope you see in Glenn's mouth. It's called a piggin string, about 6 feet long. Here's Glenn Franklin of House, New Mexico. Riding hard and fast. Watch this good horse pull up on the calf. A beauty of a catch square around the neck. Now down to the calf in a hurry. Watch the horse keeping all the slack out of the rope. Puts the piggin string on the front foot. The 2 hind ones up a wrap another. Before you say it, he has him all tied. It looks good. Now back to the horse. Here's the time on Glenn Franklin. It's 18 and 5/10 seconds, or a total time of 79 and 8/10. The nod, the approval of the time by the judge. Here's Bobby Goodspeed of Wetumpka, Oklahoma. He's in 7th place as we go to the finals with a time of 65 and 9/10 on 3 calves. He'll have to rope one fast today, 13 and 7 to go to the lead. And this is tough to do. Each calf is given a 30-foot head start over the boy and his horse. He'll have to ride fast to make a 13 and 7 or better. He says, let's have him. All right, he makes a dandy, uses a long rope, and he pitched all of it out there. This boy legs him down. Watch that piggin string go on around those 3 feet. Didn't take him long. When he throws his hands into the air, that signals our judge to drop his flag. And here's the time. It's a 14 seconds flat. Gives him a total of 79 and 9/10, just 1/10 of a second behind Glenn Franklin. Well, that's a tight race between those 2 cowboys here. Here's our judge, Carl Mendes. He rides away. He's given the approval. Here's Junior Musio, Fresno, California. He's 6th as we go to the finals with a time of 60 and 9/10 on 3. He's got a rope one and 18 and 9 to go to the lead. He catches one. It looks like a good catch. Steps around the opposite side of his calf and chunks him down. Horse not giving him too much help here. Now he is. Here's the flag being held high by the judge. He takes a little time making these wraps. He wants to make sure he stays tied. This cowboy is one of the toughest young cowboys in the state. He's a dairy rancher. He gets a good time here today, a little slow, 33 and 6/10 seconds, or a total of 94 and 5, and he doesn't make it to the lead, going out of the finals. Too bad, cowboy. Here's Bob Woolry of Cottonwood, California, with a time of 60 and 9 on 3. He's 5th now as we go to the finals. Got 18 and 7/10 or better to go to the lead on this one. He's an unprofessional cowboy. Makes this his first start in big pro rodeo. 18 and 7. Can he make it? He might do it. He's got a fast catch. Boy, here's a tough calf. He kicks him, too, as he steps around him to make that tie. Piggin string out of his belt there. Carried the end of it in the belt. And a beautiful wrap. Nice work, cowboy. His time, 20 and 9, or a total of 81 and 8. And this cowboy is now in the lead for the top spot here at the California Rodeo. The judges say on time. It was a good one. Here's John Clem of Chandler, Arizona. He's got a time of 59 and 4 on his 3 calves. He's 4th now as we go to the finals. He'll have to rope one in 20 and 3 or better to go to the lead of Bob Woolry. He's already won $611 here so far. He's a well-known rancher and a part-time rodeo hand. Come on, John. He fits one on like a necktie when it gets there. He uses a long rope, too. Most of these southwestern boys use a long one. Pig and string is on. Everything looks smooth here. It's a good one. Now that calf must stay tied for a struggle of 6 seconds after slack is given on the rope when the cowboy gets back to his horse. Here's his time. It's 17 5/10 seconds. A total of 76 9/10 seconds puts him out in the lead now. Here's Mickey Gilbert of Van Nuys, California. On 3 calves, he's got 57 9. He'll have to rope one about 18 9/10 seconds to go to the lead over John Clem of Chandler. He says, let's have him. This is a good boy. He's just 23 years old. Started rodeoing while he was in college. He's got a beautiful quarter horse, and he moves in fast and a nice catch. Getting a hold of that front leg is quite a tricky job. Down goes the boy, but he's up in a hurry. There's about as neat a wrap as you'll ever see. He's feeling a little proud as he goes back to his horse. His time, 16 7/10 seconds, a total of 74 6. And Mickey Gilbert of Van Nuys, California is out in the lead now, and is he happy? You bet he is. All right. He's in the lead. He's going to be hard to beat with that time. Here's Leonard Block of Denair, California, consistent winner. He has 54 1/10 on 3 calves. He's second as we go to the finals. To beat Mickey Gilbert, he'll have to rope one in 20 4 or less. He's an old-timer. He's been at it 20 years. He knows how to get the job done. Here's his calf. Notice the barrier cord snapping open. That means the calf has crossed his 30-foot score line out there, and Leonard makes a beautiful catch. These old-timers are hard to beat. Leonard's a big boy, stands well over 6 foot tall. Gets his calf down. Everything is working beautifully here for him. Nice going, Leonard. Beautiful work. All right, here's his time. Our timers say he has a 17 3. That gives him a total of 71 4/10 seconds, and he now takes over. He's the top man here right now. Well, he's got his sights set on a big pile of prize money. He may win it. Here's Dan Branco. Leonard's a little tired as he comes back from that one. We said he's been 20 years in this business. Dan Branco is getting ready back here, our next roper. Leonard coils his loop. He knows he's out there in the lead now. All right, here's Branco, Chowchilla, California, with a time of 53 5 on 3 calves. He's first as we go now to the finals. He's got to make a 17 8/10 seconds to get ahead of Leonard Block. Notice he has a second rope on the saddle as he comes out to ride in the event he misses the first loop. It's tucked into the breast collar there. He's already won 458. He missed that first loop, and his second one comes in handy. It's a good catch. This cost him a few valuable seconds. Come on, Dan. A beautiful tie. Too bad he couldn't have made that first loop count. Here's his time today, 23 seconds flat, and this gives him a total of 76 5, putting him back in 3rd place in the finals. Too bad he had his sights set on the win. He was leading as he went in that box to rope. Well, that's tough. Well, here he is, your top man of the Salinas, California, roping this year. He's Leonard Block with a time of 71 4 on all his calves. Now let's listen to the world champion bareback bronc rider, Jack Bushbaum.
Hi, folks. I'm Jack Bushbaum. You know, men, when you're riding the rodeo circuit, your face takes a real beating from the sun and the wind and just plain dirt. And that makes rough, scratchy shaves hard to take. But I found the lather that gives me a smooth, comfortable shave every time. And here it is. It's Rise Instant Lather. I like Rise because it's a wetter lather. It stays moist and creamy, and my razor shaves easily and smoothly. Watch this.
Guard against razor scratch. Guard against razor scratch. Now there's a new instant lather that guards against razor scratch because it doesn't dry out on your face. Instead, it stays moist and creamy, keeps whiskers wet and soft all through your shave. It's Rye's patented small bubble lather, the richest, wettest lather ever made. Rye's wetter lather puts more moisture into whiskers, keeps them wet and soft all through your shave. Guards against razor scratch, gives you closer, more comfortable shaves in half the time.
Rise and Rise only comes in 3 different lathers, one for every type of skin and beard. For tough, heavy beards, Rise Extra Heavy with Lanolin. For coolest, skin-soothing lather, Rise Extra Cool with Menthol, now medicated. For regular beards, Rise Regular with extra soaking action. Take a tip from me, men. Choose the Rise that's right with you.
Well, here's Enoch Walker of Cody, Wyoming, our top man in the saddle bronc riding here today. He's just 1 point ahead of the other cowboy, Winston Bruce. Enoch, what horse have you drawn for the finals here today?
Well, his name's Flying Dutchman, Mel. I don't know anything about him. I haven't seen him before.
You've never seen the horse or tried him before?
No.
Well, I hope you have good luck on him. What's the first thing you think about, Enoch, when you get down onto the back of one of those hurricane decks of a real tough bucking bronc?
Well, you just think about that prize money it's up.
Think about how much you're going to win if you win here today.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you win a lot, and good luck in the finals, Enoch. Saddle bronc riding, the classic cowboy contest. Rider uses a standard saddle and a single braided rope rein. He must ride 10 seconds with one hand free. First jump out of the chute, the cowboy must have his feet high in the horse's neck. This is Bob A. Robinson, Rockland, Idaho, with a score of 510 on his first 3 horses. Notice the long rein. And it looks a little long as he goes into the ride. He's a rough one, high jumping. And there goes Bob Robinson down. He's kicked and spun around as he leaves the horses. The judges score the rider from 1 to 20 for how well he rides, and the horse gets a score from 65 to 85, depending on how rough it is to ride. And Bob Robinson gets no score today. Incidentally, leads all professional cowboys in total money won this year. He's 26, was Rookie of the Year in 1957. Here's Casey Tibbs of Brackettville, Texas, with a score of 511 on his first 3 horses. He's 6th as we go into the finals now. He rides the good Andy Arregui horse known as Calgary. The horse came from Canada, and cowboys really like the way that he bucks. He's almost a sure winner every time if you can stay to the horn. Tibbs is our 1959 world champion saddle bronc rider. It's the 6th time he's won that title. He'll be trying to ride here today to set the pace in this event. Takes a good tight grip on his buck rein, a left hand hold. Most of the boys take a left hold. He said, let's have him, and here he is. Notice Casey's free swinging style, his floating type of a ride. A tough horse, high kicking behind. Notice his arm as he holds his balance there in the horn. He made it to the whistle. Pickup men do a good job of getting him down. Here's his score. It's 181. Added to his 511 gives him a total of 692. Well, that puts Casey out in the lead now in our saddle bronc riding. Nice ride, Casey. Here's Jim Rozier of Wilder, Idaho. He's already bucked off 1 horse. He goes into our final riding trying to win a little day money here today, and it looks like the old pony's trying to get the best of him before they open that gate. With 20 cowboys here, we have got a total prize money of $6,100 in the bronc riding. And here he is. Don't lose him, Jim. Stay right in there. There's the horn, and it looks like Jim Rozier stays with him all the way. The judges say that he failed to get his spurs up over the horse's neck, and he gets no score. Tough luck for a good cowboy. Better luck next time. Here's Ronnie Raymond of Prineville, Oregon. He's the 2nd man back of the first one here. On 3 head, he has a score of 514. He's 4th place now as we go into the finals in the saddle bronc riding. He'll have to score a big high one of 178 to go to the lead. He's got Andy Arregui's horse, Red Gold. Incidentally, this horse has bucked off Casey Tibbs last month. He may turn back out of the chute, and here he is, Ronnie Raymond. A young lad, 19 years of age, does a lot of spurring on a rough horse. All the way, Ronnie. Here's another one making it all the way to the whistle. The judges say his score is 173, giving him a total of 687, and he does not go to the lead like he was hoping. Here's our next saddle bronc rider. He's Winston Bruce of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Here's Alvin Nelson of Sentinel Butte, North Dakota, with a score of 517 on 3. He's third now as we go to the finals. He'll have to make a score of 176 to go to the lead. The good horse Rattlesnake is the one he's drawn. Alvin looks very much at ease as he gets ready to try this one. He's a tough horse. He's been out 10 times this year. He's bucked off 6 of his men. He was a tough bucker at the National Finals Rodeo in Dallas last winter. And here he is, Alvin Nelson, our 1958 world champion saddle bronc rider. He's got a rough one today. Watch him. It looks like he's falling, and he does, and Alvin walks away from it. How he did it, I don't know. They say any landing you can walk away from is a good one. He had a close call there. Here's his score, 176, gives him a total of 693. He's now in the lead. Here's Winston Bruce of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, with a score of 522 on 3 head. He's second now going into the finals. He'll have to score 172 on Pistol, the horse, to win it here today. Notice the head action on this one. He's rough. Well, he made it to the whistle. His score 177, giving him a total of 699, and now he's out in first place in our saddle bronc riding. Here's Enoch Walker of Cornville, Arizona, with a score of 523 on 3 horses. He goes into the finals in first place. A score of 177 will carry him to the top spot in the win here. He's placed on 2 heads so far. He's been the hottest man on the road in saddle bronc riding. The last 2 months, he's been hard to beat. Before Salinas, he was only $146 ahead of our leader in this event. And if he rides this horse and wins here, he'll go ahead in our championship race for the championship of the world. Enoch takes a good tight left-hand hold. Most boys take a left-hand hold in the saddle bronc riding. He gives the nod. He said, let's have him. Spurs high over the neck like they should be. The horse spins a couple of times. That's a tough one to ride. That a boy, Enoch. Stay right in there. There's the horn. Did he beat Winston Bruce? The judges give him a score of 178. Looks like he did. A total score now of 701, meaning Enoch wins the bronc riding by a slim 2 points after a sensational ride. And so winds up the 1960 All-Star California Rodeo from Salinas, the golden jubilee of this great event. Some of the cowboys will leave Salinas richer by far. Others will have only bruises to show for their competition. So goes Rodeo, America's own exciting sport. And this is Mel Lambert saying so long for the California Rodeo, all of the cowboys, and for Rise.
You've been watching the California All-Star Rodeo, coming to you from Salinas, California. Brought to you tonight by Rise Instant Lather, the richer, wetter lather that doesn't dry out on your face. Stays moist and creamy all through your shave. For smoothest shaves in half the time, shave with Rise, America's largest selling shave cream. This has been a CBS Television Network presentation produced by the Sports Department of CBS News. The preceding program has been pre-recorded.